Hey guys, I'm Connie with Foot Title Group. If you don't know me, I am a passionate owner of a title company. We do home closings, and we are very passionate about making sure your home buying process and home closing process is simple, easy to understand, and make sure that you are protected and your home ownership is protected once you walk away from that closing table, because your process should be fun, happy. You should understand what's going on. You should be kept in the loop every step of the way, but you should also know that when you walk away from that closing table, you have keys to a house that no one ever can cause any problem with your ownership as long as you own that property. So first, let me say, hey, happy Wednesday to you all. Hope you're having an amazing day. If you're tuning in, please check in, say hey, let me know you're on. I really appreciate the fact that you're taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch. Tonight I've been thinking about all day. I really wanted to talk to you today about several different things, and I was looking at some notes that I had about questions that I've had previously from people, and I was trying to figure out exactly what topic we were going to touch on tonight, because I wanted to make sure that I always like to give you good information and keep you in the loop on things that are changing, or maybe issues that you have or concerns that you have. And something came up today that is just absolutely the top of my list. Hey Pam, thanks for tuning in. Good to see you and checking in. I really appreciate you saying hi and being on tonight. So I was thinking about talking to you about some things that could happen at closing. 5 very important things you need to know while you're at closing. I'm going to save that for a little bit later in the week, because something came up to this afternoon that is very near and dear to my heart, and I want you guys to understand and know exactly why I'm passionate about it, and also why it really matters. So something that I talk about a lot, and it's really more about making sure you understand choices that you have, and less about me telling you why one title company is better than the other. The thing that I want you to understand is a lot of people may refer you to a realtor, a mortgage company, a title company, a home inspector, an appraiser. What I want you to understand is most people in the world of home buying or property buying do not realize that it matters when they make a choice about a title company. And the reason that they don't understand is because there's so many other things that go into this process that seems like something that they just wait and let someone else help them do, which is a great rule if the people that are giving you those referrals are people that you know, trust, and that they have some background on being able to give you that referral, and the reason, or that reference, and somebody to work with. And the reason that I point this out is because I talk all the time about the fact, if you're buying a piece of real estate, whether it's a piece of property, hey there Holly, thanks for checking in, good to see you. If you're buying a piece of property, a piece of real estate, a new home, you're refinancing your home, you are doing something with a property purchase or refinance, second mortgage, equity line, anything with respect to your real estate, and you need to go to closing, you need to make the choice yourself, or take some information from someone else giving you a reliable source on why you should go work with a particular title company to do your home closing. And here is why. Home closings are a lot of different pieces pulled together. First of all, it is the closing company does a lot of things in advance to get you to that table smoothly. So they search the title, they pull all of the pieces together, whether it's the mortgage lender, whether it's the real estate agent, making sure the contract is all understandable and everybody's on the same page about all the pieces, making sure all the certifications get in, make sure all the money gets in the right place, make sure all the documents are prepared correctly. They coordinate all of the pieces of the closing and bring everybody together at the same time so everything can be directed in the right spot. That's really important. The other thing is they actually sit you down with everybody at the closing, go through all of the information, make sure you understand exactly what's going on, and take all the money in and then pay out all of the bills as they're supposed to be paid. These are crucial pieces that are really important steps that need to happen as part of closing. Maybe it doesn't sound really complicated, but when you take 6, 8, 10 people in the process and you have to coordinate all those schedules, all that paperwork, and all of those things, sometimes it can be a little tricky. So you want to deal with somebody who has a lot of experience and has a really great track record of doing it. The next piece is You actually, once you get done with that closing table, things go out to a lot of different places. So all the money's paid out to all these different parties based on all of the documents you sign and you agreed to on who gets paid for what. And then paperwork goes out to certain places to make sure that things are finalized properly. So the deed that the seller signs transferring the ownership to you goes to the courthouse to get recorded, so it becomes public record. The mortgage document actually goes to the courthouse, so it can also be recorded and becomes public record. So it's crucial that that goes to the right place. It's crucial that all the documents are signed properly, so the ones that need to go back to the mortgage company securing their interest go back to them properly in timely fashion and are done correctly. And then, at the end of the day, all of those pieces coming together properly, the piece that you don't really understand is that a title company ensures your ownership for as long as you own that property. Now, what does that mean? That means in a very short little bubble that someone cannot come back and say, I own your home, you're going to have to move out. Now, most of you don't even know that that happens. You get a title insurance policy and you say, oh, okay, whatever, that's just part of the process. Well, that is a crucial piece of the process because a lot of people have no idea that this is something that happens more frequently than you can imagine, particularly when we've come through a market. Hey, Carrie, thanks so much for tuning in. I so appreciate you checking in and commenting. It really means a lot to me. So it is very important that you make sure you're working with somebody that knows what they're doing when they research that title, that they fix any problems, that they make sure they go through the steps, because sometimes there may be things that maybe not necessarily a major thing that needs to be fixed, but something in that process needs to be fixed so that someone doesn't come back and claim an ownership in that property. Imagine you buy a piece of property with Carrie in mind. I'm going to use this reference. Imagine you buy a home and the home inspector does a home inspection and they find out that there's a problem with the breaker circuit panel. And they say, well, you don't really have to worry about it. It probably should be fixed, but you really don't have to worry about it as long as you have homeowner's insurance, because if the house burns down or catches on fire, you have insurance that'll cover you. Well, wow, I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to worry about if my house catches on fire. I mean, good gosh, if, all of my belongings are in there, I'm in love with this house, I'm painting it, I'm in love with it, my animals are there, my kids might be there, all the things that I love are in that house. So I certainly don't want to worry about that. Well, the same is true when you insure the ownership or get title insurance. You're insuring that home that you love, that you've worked so hard for, that someone doing that work before that closing and during that closing process has to do all those pieces correctly. They search the title, they're making sure that there's no ownership concern so that no one can ever come back to you and say, hey, I have an ownership interest. Maybe they don't have the right to be able to kick you out, but maybe it's something that has to be taken care of that you have to actually fight in court. Ooh, who wants to have to do that? So working with a title company that has a track record of a very limited amount of claims, has been around for a long time, has some great information for you in the community that you can ask people and you can find out about their track record. This is crucial. These are the reasons that you need to pick the company that does your home closing. Home closings don't seem like something because of all the things, as I've said, all the things that you're going through. Maybe it's not a crucial piece in your mind because it's at the end of the line, oh, we're just going to go there and sign all the papers. Absolutely not. So many things can go wrong, and by letting someone else make this crucial choice for you can cause you problems when you go to closing, can cause problems before closing, can cause lots of problems after closing, and all of these things, none of which need to happen, are all things in your control. So just as important as it is to pick the realtor that's going to help you find that perfect home and finding the right mortgage lender to find that absolutely wonderful mortgage that makes this all easy for you and works smoothly and they walk you through all the steps, it's just as important for you to rely on your own instincts and trust your own gut and do your own research to pick the title company that's going to do your home closing, that's going to protect you, take you through all the process and make it simple, do it correctly, make sure all the pieces are in the right place, and also make sure that your home ownership is properly covered when you walk away from that table. I am passionate about this all the time, but particularly today because a young man who is very close to me let someone else make this choice for him. And you may see I'm tagged in some stuff today, and I don't want to bring up his information because I don't want to make him uncomfortable. But I have had several young people that I know had them more recently go through a home closing and not necessarily pick us. And the reason is because someone else said, well, it'll make it easier for me if you do this, or this is who I usually work with, so I want you to do this. And so unfortunately, young people are not experienced in all these processes and all the choices that they should make. And so they let someone else make this choice for them, not realizing all the things that could go haywire. And this young person had a great experience through the real estate process and searching for the right house, found the wonderful house that he's super excited about, had a great mortgage experience, and then the closing went haywire. So at the end of the day, the last piece of the puzzle is just as important as the very first piece. And make sure that the closing company that you choose to do that home closing for you not only looks out for you, keeps you in the loop, make sure everything is going in the right direction, has a great track record to make sure that you are protected and that things are done properly and pulled together and dispersed out properly, but also make sure that your home ownership is protected. Because if you can guarantee, if your home closing goes haywire, either beginning or during it, more than likely there could be a problem when you get through after the process is over and you are at home sitting by the fire having some hot cocoa and watching a movie in the middle of winter and somebody knocks on your door. So I'm not trying to scare you. What I'm trying to do is give you good information, and I want you to choose wisely, just like you would choose the homeowner's insurance you would get with Carrie, or if you have another insurance professional that you like to work with. I know Carrie's a great one, so I definitely do a shout out to her there. But that homeowner's insurance is just as important as making sure that your home closing is done properly and you're insured properly from that home closing, that your ownership is protected. I'm Connie Fuchs with Foot Title Group. As I said, we are very passionate about making sure your information is done properly, you're kept in the loop, the home closing process is simple, and your home ownership is protected. And I want you to make a smart choice and do your research and choose a home closing company that will protect you, that you are making the choice for yourself. So I hope you all are having a great evening. Please let me know if you have questions. If you don't know the answer to something, you just have a question and you want to reach out to me, I am always here for information and to try to help you out. I would much rather answer a question and make the information available for you to make a choice that is sound for you than for you to make a bad choice because you were afraid to ask or you wanted to let someone else make a choice for you. Because it is just so very important when you think about all the things you did to get that home. You want to make sure that that home's protected in every way that you can. So, hope you guys are having a great evening. I'm Connie Fuchs with Foot Title Group because we want you to make a wise choice and choose who does your home closing, because your home closing should be the simple part. Hope you're having an awesome Wednesday evening. Please let me know if I can help in any way. I'm always here to answer those questions, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. See you later.